The people who sent me this photo say this was Bricen Rivers driving Lauren Johansen's car in Nashville with Lauren in the passenger seat. This was June 29th, and I want you to remember the date because this was 4 days before Mississippi deputies found Lauren's body in her car parked in this field. Hours later, they arrested Rivers trying to sneak away in the middle of the night, and that's when they charged him with Lauren's murder. So how does someone who was out on bond wearing a GPS device meant to keep him in Nashville end up a murder suspect in Mississippi? That's the question. Just take a look at Bricen's bond conditions for a second, because they clearly say he wasn't supposed to leave Davidson County, he had to wear a GPS monitoring device, and he couldn't have any contact with the woman police say he once beat in a car for over an hour. Everyone signed this order. The judge, the prosecutors, defense attorneys, Bricen, and the bond companies. This was June 5th. Brooke Harlan of Brooke Bail Bonding told me that while her agent did sign this document, they didn't see the first page of what they were signing. She then said because Bricen was released from jail late, they had to go with Freedom Monitoring Company to get a GPS device installed. She left out the part that Freedom Monitoring is run by one of her own employees, Nikita Wilhoit, the same woman who sent this letter to the court saying she didn't know about Bricen's bond conditions until June 28th. By then, she had already installed a GPS device and allowed him to go back to Mississippi. Now, remember, surveillance captured this image on June 29th, so that's the very next day. That's when she told Bricen to come back to Nashville to replace his GPS device. You following this? On the 28th, she found out about the conditions. On the 29th, she saw Bricen. Again, we were told by the bonding company that this was Bricen in Lauren's car with Lauren, and Nikita says they met. The idea that Bricen and Lauren were anywhere near each other was already a violation of the bond conditions, not to mention they knew Bricen had already been out of the county. At any time, one of these companies could have called police and they would have arrested Bricen right then and there. Instead, he drove off. 4 days later, the absolute worst happened. Now, I've spoken to Lauren's father, who says that no matter how much finger pointing is going on, you can't just put this on one person. He says that the entire criminal justice system here in Nashville shares some responsibility for what happened. As always, I want to know, what do you think?